We look and we don't judge. What exactly am I asking you to connect over correct with me? My house! Here's the deal. Postpartum depression presents itself in many different ways. For me, it is a very difficult time getting into the motivational feedback loop and staying in the motivational feedback loop. For me, it presents itself in chaos in my home, in my living space. I kind of like a funny little fox or a sad little mouse. I just nest and I become a funny little pack rat. Dishes don't get done, laundry piles up, there is dust. But the thing is, know thyself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. I know that about me. I've done this 2 times before, and I no longer guilt, shame, resentment, blame myself into doing better. I'm just waiting for the little inkling of, what if I just did the dishes? What if I just set a timer for 20 minutes? What if I just did what I could with what I had? So that's what we're gonna do today. So I am going to work on this. Look at it. We look and we don't judge. But we're gonna work on that today. But plot twist, what if I put some music in my ears instead of my favorite comfort show? Is it a music or comfort show day? Ooh, better yet, what if I put on Life of a Showgirl in my ears? And at the end of Life of a Showgirl, at the end of the album, I can stop, but I don't have to stop. How about that? That feels fair, feels good. Yes? Okay, let's do that. Okay, bye. Oh, those calls, sis. Hi. So much poop, Smush. Oh my goodness. Over a month ago, I overhauled not just the products in my makeup bag, replacing just about every single thing, but my mindset around makeup. Makeup is something that I was never taught to do for my skin. Makeup is something that I would pick up the random odds and end products that were suggested on social, suggested by friends, and I piecemealed together something that didn't really work for me. So now, in this journey toward not just surviving in motherhood and life, but thriving in motherhood and life, part of that is creating my mom uniform. Part of that is having a makeup routine that can take as few as 5 minutes when I just need to feel alive, and as many as 30 when I'm feeling flirty for date night. But it all has to fit in one bag. Like this. And because I'm done wasting time, money, and energy guessing, I have a bit of a confession. I did use ChatGPT to help me. I know people have mixed feelings on the robots. I understand that. Please don't come at me. But I've consulted the Sephora people. I've gone to the Ulta people. Nordstrom has done my makeup. Professional makeup people have done my makeup, and none of them have addressed my problems and landed me here. A month in, loving putting makeup on for the first time in my life. I'm like, I get it now. I understand why people like the makeup process now, because I worked a little smarter instead of a little harder. Now, today it took just about everything I had to get out of bed and to put on clothes that I didn't sleep in. It's a muggy day. My kids are kind of feeling cooped up. I'm feeling a little coopy. And so I'm going to show you the 5-minute variation of this makeup routine that just helps me feel a little put together. Definitely follow along so that you can see the date night variation at some point where I do like the actual makeup because this bag does it all for me now. And I'm even gonna set a little timer so that we both know how long it took me to not only put on my own makeup, but to explain it to you, which we all know takes a little bit longer than if I had just done it myself. Keep in mind too, that I have a full blog post on the products I'm using, why I picked them, etc., linked down below. So definitely go check that stinker out. There we go. All right, let's open her up. Now, I have my makeup bag separated into 2 pouches. This is like eyes and brows and lips, and this is all of the foundational stuff. And then I do have a little setting mist in here too, and a hair clip, because sometimes my hair is down and I just need to get it out of my face before I do makeup. Okay, controversy. I start with my brows because I like to clean up my brows. And if I already have foundation on or my skin tint on, then I'm gonna have a funny little outline around my eyebrows. After I use the spoolie on this guy in a 5-minute routine, I grab the volumizing gel, and it has this funny little brush. So we go in and we go do 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 do. Now, am I any kind of makeup expert? Absolutely not. Am I someone that has struggled my whole makeup life with makeup? Yes, I am. And I'm telling you, this is it for me. 10 out of 10. Would recommend letting chat do the hard part for you and troubleshooting for you, because I have wasted thousands of dollars on makeup products that ended up going bad because they were never the right product for me anyways. So again, I know we have big sets of feelings on the use of robots and all of those things. I get it. I'm not saying it's for everyone, but it certainly worked for me in this use case. Okay, now I'm going in with my skin tint. This is the Maybelline Superstay, and it has some vitamin C in it, which just makes me feel good. I don't necessarily know that it helps anything. And we're just gonna boop, 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 boop. That's it. And my chat told me to spread it around with my fingers, which you could do. I like to use this. It's a Sephora brush that I got forever ago that I had my husband cut down so that it fits in a tiny bag, but it's a number 56 brush. And then I kind of like boop, 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 boop. The sound effects are all very official, huh? And I kind of do like a diffusing deal around here. And then I start pushing it around a bit. And I get up and around my brows. I kind of even go like over my brows a little so that it is like all the way to my brow line. And then after that pushing around, I use my NARS concealer. Boop, boop, boop. This is the shade Custard. And again, all of these are linked in the blog post I made for this. Then I just dab it with my fingers a little bit to start spreading it out. And I've even put a little bit up here off my fingers. And then I use that 56 brush again to go up with it. Check, check, check. And then I'm gonna use this Ilia stick. I use the shade Ladybird, but it's like a multi-stick soft blush. And I put a little on my lips. Use my finger to dab some on my eyelid. Use that same 56 brush to go all the way into my hair. And it blends so good. Like, what? I'm not a makeup girly. I'm not someone who's ever learned how to do this, but they made it so easy. I'm gonna put a little chapstick over my Ladybird there. That sounds funny. Chapstick over my Ladybird. Now, I'm gonna use a little bit of this Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I just use my fingertip to come under it, under my eye. I don't even bother using a brush on it. I just spread it like that. And then the part that takes me arguably the longest is my lashes, just because I like to pay attention to them. Eyelash curler. This is a Tweezerman one. I'm someone that has lashes that go straight down, so just waterproof mascara doesn't work for me. But in the past, when I've tried like the Thrive tubing mascara, it's never worked for me. I've tried all the tips and tricks to make the Thrive one work, and I explained that to the robot, and the robot suggested this one. So this is the Tartelette tubing mascara, the Tartelette XL. And I got travel sizes, like little minis of all of these, because I wasn't certain that they would work for me, and so I wanted to be able to just test them. And let me tell you, I've never loved makeup products. They've always felt stressful, but these are all so good. And I just did this in the car even yesterday. And I was able to accomplish this exact look in 4 minutes. But it's because I was talking to you guys and messing up talking to you guys. So having to restart whatever I was saying before moving on. But you don't see those bloopers, do you? I know. Okay, touched up, tidied, back in its bag, and the timer is at 10 minutes. Well, 9 minutes, 6 seconds. And that's with talking to you. So I'll remind you of the before, showing you before what my face looked like, and now. And it's not full-blown transformation. It's just defining what I have. It's just feeling a little bit more put together. And that makes a really big difference for me in this season. Go team, go. I've wanted to be a content creator and someone who makes videos for something of a living since I realized it was a thing in the early days of YouTube, approximately 15 years ago. I've watched various creators from their early days, sub 100 subscribers, myself being one of that first 100, and watched them explode. I've watched so many of those success stories over the last 15 years, it would make your head spin. And every time I see them explode, I think, how cool is that? I would love to do that someday. But I've never gone full send. I've always found a reason that it doesn't work out for me. I've always felt insecure. I've always stopped myself short. And in the last week, especially, I've been giving myself a different kind of grace. I've been looking at these last 15 years and realizing all of those chapters, all of those missteps, all of those failed attempts were leading me to this very moment. Because if I were trying to learn all of the skills of the last 15 years right now, I wouldn't make it past go. And if I had exploded sooner, I likely would have burned it all to the ground anyways with the life trucks that I knew ended up coming. I am right on time. And so the conversation of the day for all of us is that where are you right on time, and where could you give yourself a little more grace? And also, if you are in kind of a lull season, a bit of a slump, a bit of a depression, if you will, like myself, where can you simplify systems? And I understand that I'm in a very privileged position. I understand that not everyone can prioritize money toward a new makeup routine fully at Ulta. I understand that you can't always make your dreams happen right now, but what small steps can you take toward those dreams right now? I have a whole gratitude glow journal on my website for free, but also if you get my messy magic journal, then it comes with 2 really incredible workbooks that help you figure out what those dreams are and how to get there. And that's what I've spent the last 5 years in particular cultivating and doing. And because I've set my goals in a very specific way that is unique to me, and because I've pursued them in that same fashion, I've made a lot of really cool stuff happen. And I want that for you too. So in this next week, and comment down below what you're going to work on, where can you simplify systems? Where can you look at a system, like something as simple as your makeup routine, and realize this isn't working? The whole thing isn't working, and be willing to start fresh. And how can you start getting yourself into the motivational feedback loop in a kind of Pavlovian way? Because for me, lately somehow, Taylor Swift's Life of a Showgirl is a Pavlovian signal for me. It's like the dogs with the treats. If you don't know what Pavlovian psychology is, definitely take a peek, give it a Google. But it's basically a trigger for your brain. It's basically the good kind of trigger where when that plays, something in your brain goes, think, and it falls in line wherever you've trained it to fall in line. For me, Life of a Showgirl has become my productivity powerhouse Pavlovian trick. Say that 10 times fast. I put that album on with my noise canceling headphones and suddenly I can take on the whole freaking world. The only barrier is hours in the day, because I don't stop until I take my headphones off. I listened to Life of a Showgirl, I think 2.5 times the other day, and the things that stopped me were the fact that I needed to feed my family and my very upset baby. What trigger can you put into your life that you know you can get yourself into the motivational feedback loop as soon as you initiate the process? All that said, I'm so glad you're here. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so thankful for everyone who's been reaching out saying that they really liked last week's vlog and that they've been reading the blog on my website. It just makes my heart so happy. It feels like this pipe dream that I've wanted for so long, and it's finally falling into place, maybe. So give this video a like if it resonated with you. Comment down below what positive triggers you're gonna put into your life and what systems you can simplify. And definitely subscribe, because I'm gonna be posting videos every week. There is more where this came from, friends. All right, we'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.